This property in South Wales is worth 50 grand. What I'm going to show you is the pros and cons of location, pricing for something worth 50 grand compared to something that's worth 10 times more. Let's go. So the first thing to point out is yield. So this area in South Wales is over 9% yield typically. The reason for that is once renovated, we expect the property to be worth over £120,000, which means that with the rental income of about £750 a month for this exact property, with an over 9% yield, it's great cash flow, which means a good investment for the investor. Why have we been able to secure this one for so cheap? Well, the reason is because it requires a full renovation, and let's show you what's going on right now. So the kitchen was by here, we've ripped out. We've got a full new roof on the property. We're about 2 weeks into the renovation right now. It's a full renovation of the property. I'm documenting it on our channel as well, before and after videos, but this gives you a good taste of the sort of low buy-in to South Wales, and then we'll feed into the cash flow element later on. So the really good thing about the valleys where this property is it has a lot of attractions for families, and that's why this rents so well, because the property value is very cheap, let's say less than 100 grand even in this condition, but then the actual rents are very high, so at least that's what the yield's for. So when the rents are really high, it means that families can come here, they can stay for the next 3, 5, 10 years. They've got basic amenities like shops, transport links, and basically all the work opportunities in the location, and it helps us help them kind of have a good family home in the area. So this is why the rents are very high, but also because the area is so cheap, it means that rental cash flow is very good. So because of the high yield and low buy-in, these make great investment opportunities for a buy-to-let, and that's amazing. But the downside to these properties is the actual appreciation. Now, even if you had like a 20% appreciation in South Wales over the next 5 years, which is expected, if you've got a property that's worth 120k, you're not expecting a significant increase in value. So great cash flow, but not much value increase is the downside. But despite the pros and cons, at the end of the day, we're a portfolio building service in South Wales, and these are the exact sort of properties that we help people build their portfolio with. So if you want to get involved in properties like this, the link to booking a call is in the description to the video. So click the link, booking a call with us. And if you want to start building a portfolio with these sort of properties where high yields, high cash flow, and in good locations, booking a call that way. So the actual inspiration for this video came from a lot of our clients. Now, a lot of our clients live in London, South England, where it's very expensive, Cornwall, for example, where property prices like 300-400k plus. And because it's so expensive, they have money to invest but not sure how to utilize it. So South Wales is a hotspot for that, hence why this works so well. So low buy-in, high cash flow. These properties are worth 500k plus. The reason for that is they're located near Cardiff city centre, which means that the appreciation is going to be really good, but it means that the actual yield on the actual cash flow element is really low, and I'll tell you why. So these properties are worth 500k, but the problem with them from a rental investment point of view is the actual rental of them is going to be about, let's say, £1,200 plus top end. So the actual yield isn't that strong. So if you've got a property that's worth 500k and the rent's about, let's say, £1,200 a month, the yield's like 4%, and a 4% yield is very low. So great for appreciation, these areas, and they're great for, you know, near city centres, great for work and everything. But from an investment point of view, they don't make much sense. So let's summarize what I even mean about yield. So let's say you've got a purchase price on the other one of, let's say, £120,000, and you've got a rental of £750 per calendar month. Your net monthly income on that property will be about £250. Whereas out here, with the same interest rate as you get in a buy-to-let mortgage, but you've got a rental income of about £1,200 and a property value of about £500, the net is about break even, if not making a loss. So you've got to be really careful from a buy-to-let standpoint, which is what we invest in, as the location, which dictates property prices, which dictates the rental value, which dictates your cash flow. So just be really careful with that. So the two ways you would work with these is flips and SA. So flips is obviously buying and selling, because obviously you get large profit margins, happy days. And SA is service accommodation, which is like Airbnb, Booking.com. So short-term guest stays, because they actually work quite well with that. But in terms of buy-to-lets, these would not work. And it's really important to factor that in from an investment point of view, which area, because if you've got expensive areas, they won't work because of the yield. If you've got cheaper areas, you don't get as much appreciation, but the yield's much higher. In this video, we've summarized the difference between pricing between cheap properties and more expensive properties in South Wales. If you want to get investing in a portfolio in South Wales, reach out to us. I'll put a link in the description to reach out to book on a call, to reach out, have a call with us and see how we can help you.